keep them out of the way? Like over there?
Well, I think Temi just wanted them kind of around the room.
Around the edge?
Well, so that we can still enjoy them.
Okay.
The easels, we should take them off the easels maybe, because, or can we prop the easels up against the wall?
That's what I was,
Okay.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Is this someone's special little yellow ring
Yes,
thingy?
it is.
Oh, look here. I want to lose it.
I think it was that magic white that did it.
Magic white? Like white out? I have to go to work now.
You do, Gracie? No wonder you're not leaving till 6. It's fall. No, not you. Okay, well, so I can catch you there up until 5. Great. See, so I can see my grass in here.
I'm trying to think where we can put these, like over there maybe?
Okay, well, in there. Temi, where do you want these around the room? Oh, okay. And do they prop them up on the easels, or do you want them? Well, then we do it.
Takes up a bit of space.
That's okay. I don't care. Anything that takes up around.
Just like,
Why don't, I don't know whose stuff that is. Does anybody know whose that
Probably
is?
left here from last night.
Okay, well, let's put one there for sure. And then we can put one in front of here.
Okay.
And then we just have to figure out about the two. What if we put one right here?
Okay. The bird book.
So we're facing forward.
facing this way, facing this way. This way better. Easy. Got it?
That was fun.
You guys did a good job. You guys did a
So, this is your house?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
They're sharing everything. It's done.
I don't know if that one will move back much.
Let's put one on the other side also.
Looks done to me.
Over here.
Oh, you should saw it.
She just needs a little open mouth.
These are so fun. Aren't they fun? Somebody want a muffin? Renee, are you going to share? Let's share one. Let's share one. You want a muffin?
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Dreams of the gods.
I would love one,
Renee, I just took one. Thanks.
but I need to wipe my mouth off.
Here's some.
And I really need a cup of coffee. And I have 5 minutes to get to work.
After the bathroom and right.
Turn the heaters on.
You'll need a different direction.
Okay. Now,
That's out the door.
Anybody in particular?
thanks a lot. Renee.
Yeah, before you go though, I want to put this one facing forward.
Okay. See how far the back is?
That's okay. We don't have any more rock
Right here?
Those are our biggest.
You got that?
We're like towards the audience.
See each other's artifacts, because you do like really
Yeah.
good too.
They came out beautifully.
Yeah. I know, they're really fun.
Now,
I'm so glad we switched
the
around.
thing that always happens when the same 4 people, the same number of people, the same people work on the same things, but there are so many elements that are so. I mean, actually, you could put all 4 of these in the show, and everyone would think that the same one person.
I can just
Oh, yeah.
reach it after.
Some of these are going to dry. I should have stapled these in.
Fun.
These.
They just,
They're just
they never went like that.
Rich, we never would have been able to.
I have to use that. And you know, look, this changes, this can change.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, am I going rates? Did you ever get?
I just think that more people should say something.
And I guess
And do DVD.
I'm glad my book came in handy. I was wondering what book to bring this morning.
That was perfect.
Flower book.
I was thinking, oh, flower, when somebody brought a bird book too.
So,
Yeah, I'll come up that off. You know, it's more of a,
It will come off pretty easily with maybe some salt. And
not
that's
so
not
going like a full, you know, just more eclecticism and pluralism and sharing, getting away from art as commodity, art as object. So the process and the experience becomes more important than the finished product or object. And part of that process is, it's really important, is sharing and training, sharing ideas, sharing approaches, styles. So after a while, it doesn't matter who started working on it, you just have to do something. It's part of the process of collaborating and sharing.
Sounds great.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did that. There.
Oh, wait. Thanks.
Music sounds like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
He is Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
Mr.
I'm getting
Rogers.
mixed up.
I'm going to relax on TV.
With yoga or something.
I don't know. They're going to give us pills and give us to eat.
Dragon-do stupors.
And my-
Televised.
Put up some bunk beds. It'll be really fun. Go home and watch.
I have to go for the pigs.
Oh, right. Wait.
They televised it for hopping before.
I just televised everything
That's too
for
funny.
30 hours. And so that's why that's not down with the filler idea.
Folks.
I was kind of scared, and then as soon as I got out there,
You were having fun?
everybody started immediately giving me reactions, so it was okay for a
Oh,
while.
good. And how did the meeting go?
No, that's tonight.
I'm all confused.
It's not your fault.
I know it. It really is. Okay, I thought I missed it. Oh, good. I made such a happy sort of wallpaper. I found out there's a primer you can put on vinyl coated wood.
You said that.
Yeah.
You invented this. The vinyl coated cardboard.
Yeah. It's actually plywood with vinyl covering onto it.
Shiny. It doesn't show the dust as
Yeah,
much.
that's right. Easy to clean.
Right. I'll spray and wash you there.
I'm not guessing.
Yeah, I've got my house is a disaster right now. Well, just because everything, I don't know where it goes anymore. It doesn't have a place.
Oh, that's right.
I lost 3 dressers and an armoire. Well, I mean, I have room, but I just have to reorganizing
Yeah,
everything.
the king size bed is still downstairs.
And then, so I have to like put everything here and then decide to put it there and then take this out of there and put this here. In the meantime, you just shove it all in. That's not good.
She's bringing her snacks. God bless
We're
her.
going to have a nap.
We didn't know if you were going to build bunk beds and give us drugs for drug-induced state of relaxation or what.
No, we'll make our own drinks.
All right.
We had to get up early so we could come down and relax.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah.
Set your alarm so you can get up and relax.
Makes some sense.
Oh, yeah, I thought so, but, you know.
But we had friends laugh at us about it.
Yeah, they thought it was quite funny.
We don't know how it's all gonna end up, but I like starting with circles.
Yeah. Like a lotus.
Is it sort of a yoga? What actually are we doing?
Actually, start with talking about touch, we're gonna have some discussion on touch, how we can, ways in which people touch each other and how to think about touching each other, like ourselves and other people in the world, and so it leads out over each other, so we'll do a little bit of discussion and we'll get to touch and touch.
Oh, fun. Oh, great.
I just wanna make sure this is like solid and locked.
Here's somebody who comes crashing in your relaxation. Let's go with the other.
For a minute. We're going to go in the other room for a minute.
Thank
Diane and Tracy.
I'm Diane.
Yes,
Tracy.
Thank you. We had a very bad problem with that last night. Oh, did you?
We'll get it for us,
All right.
he'll go right out.
Are we supposed to go now?
Oh my god.
Take off our shoes
right now.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
off your shoes.
You
Come on,
don't
you
want
guys.
that to happen, man. Sheila is ready.
Temi, you tell the audience what's happening.
Well, yeah, Ginger will start talking about it.
Ginger will start talking about it?
Yeah, well, let's get everybody out.
So you just turn on TV, huh? I didn't think of that.
Oh, sit next to me.
I want to.
All right, been looking forward to this for hours. Somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning, I went, oh, it's going to be all right. Because at 9:30, they will come and save us.
We set our clock for really more
I'm going
early
to turn this
to
down a little.
come and relax.
Yeah, and then we can turn it up when we get ready to do the relaxation part.
Yeah.
Okay?
This is our
Oh,
imaginary
don't give me
friend.
that bit.
And their name?
You don't have to be in the middle.
Jim or John?
Oh.
Let's take room for
Or
one
is
more
it
Jill or
Jill or John?
Yeah.
Jim or John? Oh, I mean Jill or John is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Jill or John.
We need to make room for one more Maddie.
Or Jim or John.
Yeah. Jimmy Joe.
Jim or
Jimmy
John.
Joe Rock.
Slide together, this one can be in the
What kind of
middle.
dress names on my
We
slides?
might do something on one person.
Okay. All right.
I just like to keep things in the circle.
Symmetrical.
Well, this is Ginger Lee, and she does something called Turtle Touch, which we're going to learn about. And then, well, Leanne, you're going to have to help me with your last name.
Beckemeyer.
Beckemeyer. And then this is Leanne Beckemeyer. I don't know which camera can see what we're doing here. Can somebody see Leanne also? She's over probably Paris has to go. But anyway, so we're now going to explore being peaceful inside our bodies. What a concept.
So, thank you very much. I want to just start with a little with discussion today around us about considering the ways in which we touch ourselves and other people, and the ways in which we have been touching. What's that engendered in us? I do a lot of work with folks who have been inappropriately handled or neglected. And I find great amounts of self-esteem issues and personal relationship issues that happen when we have been inappropriately handled. There's a miracle in the human body that strikes me all the time, and that is that of the 5 senses that we are given, sight, taste, smell, hearing, and touch. Touch is sort of diminished. It's sort of like, well, we don't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. But all of the other senses come from touch. When conception takes place and the cells divide at 16 cells, the neocortex becomes the skin. And out of that skin, then the folds come for the mouth, for the eyes, for the ears, for the nose.
Vivian, would you like to join us instead of doing camera? Would you like to do the relaxation stuff? Come on in.
Make a circle a little.
Shoot.
We can fold it or put it there.
Okay, we can
overlap.
Excuse me, excuse me.
So when I started to think about and started to work with touch, and it became apparent to me that taste was a touch sense. It's the food and the drink on my tongue that touches the nerve endings that sends taste to my brain. I realized that we are sensual beings. We are touch beings. Everything that we're about is touch. One of the other fun things that I like is that in the realm of touching another person physically, you cannot touch someone without being touched back. And so it's always two-way communication. I can see you without being seen. I can hear you without being heard, but I cannot touch you without being touched. And so
That's amazing.
that's the miracle of us as embodied beings. That's what we get to learn about being on Earth, is being able to touch each other and doing that to engender peace. So, let's talk about some of the effects of touch and the ways that we've been touched and what kind of effects those have on us. So we'll just open it up. Thinking about
On TV?
pretend they're not there.
Do I have to start?
No, you don't have to start.
Tracy, you start.
Start what?
I'll touch you, but you talk.
Okay. Touch.
What's your relationship to touch? How are you with touch? Is it a safe thing for you? Is it?
Pretty safe, yeah. I touch a lot of people.
Yeah, and how are you about receiving touch? Is it okay to get it back?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. It depends, I think.
Is it a little easier to give it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
quite a bit.
You know,
That's right.
You're in control.
There you go. Sometimes it's a nice surprise to receive it.
I remember when my parents stopped touching me. I remember it really clearly.
When did they stop
When I
touching?
was 6 years old,
They stopped touching you.
completely. And it was really weird.
And you'd had a lot of touch up until that point.
Well, I think enough that the stopping
That
was really
was-
noticeable. I don't know really why. I've never really understood why.
How did you feel at 6 years old when your parents stopped touching you?
Isolated. Really isolated.
Really isolated.
I remember that. And I remember that my father tried giving me a hug when I was 18, and I was just like this. I couldn't make myself hug him back. I couldn't lift my arms up. It was impossible. And then he never tried again. I couldn't do it. I kept saying, do it, do it. And I was like, I was just really stuck. I don't know. I wasn't mad at him. I mean, I didn't feel like I couldn't forgive him, but I think I probably couldn't forgive him.
It was a non-functioning part of you by
Yeah,
that time.
it was just,
You've become a good hugger now, though.
I don't know, just sometimes. I don't know. I
There's
don't
a
feel
trust-
like I am.
There's a trust thing that happens with hugging too. Who else? Touch.
I notice sometimes that when I'm I'm very much a giver of touch, and I really notice the receptiveness or not of the person that I'm touching. I mean, you can feel if they are receptive to that.
It's the more that I practice, of course, I mean, my whole work is about touching people, and what I see that you can feel this tension rise in someone if they're not used to receiving touch, and you touch them and it's just like this freezing motion. And there's some people that are just like,
More.
There's lots of places in between that, you know.
Yeah.
Do you think that touch can happen like this far away?
Absolutely. I think touch can happen from here to here. Because we have an electromagnetic field around us that, I mean, my personal body space is at least this big. And that's it.
Right.
So if somebody's coming to me and they get this close, they're in my field. They are in my personal body space, which is touching to me.
Probably has a lot to do with why airplanes are so uncomfortable. You know, everyone's in their own field.
And they get really small.
Yeah.
When there's lots of people around, the fields get really small because you have to walk around in your case.
That's why you're so tense.
Right.
That's right, because all this energy is just one.
Or like an elevator, everybody's all
Yeah.
nervous.
And they're all standing really close and they got their hands held together.
And not
And
looking
not
at each
looking.
other.
But then
Look at
also why
anybody.
some people
Never
tell
at
you
each
their whole
other.
life story when they're sitting next to you.
That's true.
In the bus or the airplane.
Exactly.
Sort of depends on how many times they've seen the cocktail stewardess.
alcohol and drugs and those sorts of things take down the inhibitions. And so if I've got touch issues and skin issues and intimacy issues with relating to other people, and I do drugs and alcohol, then hey, you know, I don't feel my fear about being close to people.
But then when they wear off, it's back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that's a lasting therapy.
No, it's not a lasting therapy, and that's
No, and I think also
that's
sometimes you're really angry at them for having touched you, because, so it's almost the reverse. Because if somebody, I think I've had it both ways, where I was under the influence of something and was touched and liked it, but then when I wasn't, I resented it. And then I've seen it the other way too, where you can get close to somebody, but then when they go back to normal, they're really angry at you because then they perceive it as a barrier that you've broken. Yeah. Mm. So yeah, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. It's
And you
not
have
a
to do it
fix.
straight.
And that's what a lot of my work with turtle touching is working so that we don't have to do learning how to be touched in safe and nurturing ways.
Madonna says it's good to drink beer and then you can touch better.
Probably works for her.
She
Probably
has
got a
no
few
comfort
skin
zone at
issues.
all.
Don't you think there are a lot of sexual issues with it too? I mean, you know, I think that's a lot of maybe why parents stop touching children at a certain age. They feel that's inappropriate, or, you know.
I was just writing this last week about things, and at about whenever it is, probably around puberty, touch gets sexualized, and then all the rules that we have about touching, who you can touch, how you can touch them, how long you can touch them, and for what reason you can touch them, those all come into play about that time. And the window in the touch realm, the sexual window is only about this big. There is this whole broad circle, but in our culture, it's been focused on the sexual connotation, the sexual aspect of touch. I can remember when massage was talked about only as in a massage parlor where it was sexual connotation. And so you're right, there is that sexual imbalance that we have in this culture and in this country. If you touch someone, I mean, if guys hug guys, oh no, you know, it might
Ooh, I might like this.
Ooh, I might like this. It brings up sexual issues. And so it is. That's why I do a lot of education is broadening that window. It's like if all we ever consider is the sexual aspect of touch, we're missing 95% of what there is. And I do not diminish sexual intimacy at all, but there's much more to it. And we'll do a little bit of that after a while. Oh no! Did I see fear striking a circle? I remember I was between. I actually had two conditions. I was neglected, as there wasn't a lot of nurturing touch in our family. There was, if you left the house, you had to give mom a hug and a kiss, and when you came in, you had to give mom a hug and a kiss. But what touch we did receive then was often disciplinary touch. I was spanked or hit, or if I didn't, if I did something wrong and I wasn't watching. I mean, I learned to watch really well because her hand might, it was like load, and if I was just within range, I might get knocked across the room. And so there's those two polarities within in the family, and then there's sexual molestation, there's beating, there's rapes, there's all those sorts of things that affect us in our ability to relate and to be at peace within ourselves. Because if you get hit all the time, if most of what you get is no touch or hitting touch, you think there's something wrong with you.
And something wrong with touch.
And something wrong with touch, and touch isn't safe at that when it comes
Well, we were laughing on the phone because we were calling all these different people to ask them who would like to come and touch each other and relax. And we couldn't find anyone in Missoula that wanted to be touched, touch anybody else, or relax. We thought, there's something wrong with this.
What is
I mean,
wrong with this
people would actually say, oh, I don't want to be relaxed. Or, I'm not kidding. Or, I don't know, touch? Touch who? Who, what?
Who's gonna touch me?
Relax.
It was interesting. It was really interesting.
And that was my
Yep, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, my friend was laughing at me because I said I have to set my alarm so I can get up early and go and relax.
That was pretty funny.
Something I was gonna say as you were talking about.
I think it's interesting the surrogates that we find to touch pets and
Oh, yeah.
being able to give
Safe. It's really
unconditionally whenever you want it, whenever
Right.
you want to give.
Yeah,
If you don't want to, they just have to go away.
That's
Yeah,
right.
right.
Get out. There is, I remember, I mean, from my childhood, and I think a lot of the generations, most children were not empowered to their bodies. Most of us as children were not empowered to get to say what happens with this body and and what doesn't happen to this body. And so I work with this experimental technique of giving people permission to say, touch me or don't touch me, and finding a safe place and practicing saying, please take your hands off me. Practicing saying, could you please touch my shoulders? Practicing those techniques so that we get re-empowered to our body spaces. I have a 5-year-old son, and he's pretty clear about saying to me, don't touch me in that way. You know, if I'm rough with him, he's like, hey, that hurts, get your hands off of me. And it's sort of an interesting new dilemma because we're so used to children just picking them up and moving them. I mean, all of us were done that way. You know, it's like, well, here you go, you're in the way. No, move them out of the way or whatever. We're so much physically larger than they that we just move them around. And to re-empower the children, so I also come out and re-empower the child within each one of us that never got to say, hey, I don't like that. Or don't touch me in that way. That doesn't feel safe to me. So, I want to give you guys an opportunity to practice that. So here's the way we do it. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 of us. Okay, so we're right around a nice number of people. So we didn't have to worry about those that didn't come.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah. So here's how we work this. Yeah, it was definitely interesting.
I don't want to have to touch too many people. This is a nice small circle.
Yeah, it might have been more difficult if we'd had 15.
8 is enough.
Yeah.
8 is hot.
Isn't there?
That's a good, that's a
It's not a
good.
movie. So I want each person, I want you to pair off, 2 to 2, 1 to 1. And the first thing that the person, you're going to share this, you're going to change sides. So the person that's going to touch is going to ask the person they're going to touch to tell them a safe place, to ask the body, what is a safe place to be touched? When, I'm going to demonstrate this, okay?
Oh, God.
That sounds like your daughter.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm really neurotic about this, too.
Is this the reason why you called me
All
to
right,
have me
people,
do
listen
this?
to that. You couldn't be any weirder than me.
Okay, close your eyes.
This is safe to practice at home.
This is safe to practice at home.
Oh,
I
God.
recommend practicing this. Okay, take a deep breath.
No.
like you to tell me a place where you feel it would be safe for me to touch you.
I think my shoulders are really, really high.
Okay.
And I think it probably would be safe to touch me there.
Okay. When you are ready,
Okay.
ask me to put my hand on your shoulder. And you can tell me which shoulder you want me to touch to.
Ginger, please put your hand on my right shoulder.
And when you're ready, ask me to take
Oh, God. Oh, that's gonna take practice. Wow.
What was harder?
Asking you to touch me
Was harder than asking.
was harder, because it was really inconceivable that you would do it the way it was asked. That seemed really inconceivable to me.
Okay. How did it feel being touched? I mean, in my watching,
Profound.
found.
Like, I'm not sure it's really like anything else. If it was like something, it'd be sort of like water, the kind of gentleness of water, but it isn't quite like that because it's slower.
Great, thanks. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it a lot.
Well, thank you.
Now, when it's your turn to be touched, then, because we'll do that, you got an idea about what I did? Okay? When it's your turn to be the receiver, that's how we work that. When it's your turn to be the toucher, then I want you to hear really clearly what that person is saying. And when you put your hand on them, think about what you're communicating to them in your hand. I thought about, because I know she's nervous, I want her to feel safe under my touch. So I think about being a safe present for her. So I'm not going to move my hand around. I'm going to lay my hand there, and I'm going to lay it with enough weight that she can feel it, but I'm not pushing on her. Okay? All right. You ready? You ready? Okay. Here's two. You guys, you two.
Which one? Touch my foot. Please, touch my foot. Now. No.
Can I try you? Feel it?
On my shoulders. Surprise me.
The body tells them where it's safe.
Feels warm. Thank you. Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah.
You're just waiting.
I get really nervous about things like that, you know, so it's like,
I wasn't thinking about actually disrobing.
It's kind of like this thing where you eating apple. You know, like not weird.
Touch me under.
Under.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you just
under.
drop like
See, I was thinking
like,
sorry.
Like cupping it.
Under, okay.
Like
cold water or whatever it is.
Underneath of it.
if you could do it like you're almost holding it up,
Okay.
it would be
I'll
fun.
use both hands.
Oh, that'd be well.
Okay.
Oh, that feels really well.
Not.
Oh.
No. No. This is good touch.
Yeah, about the same.
Ain't gonna hurt me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can feel this relaxing into my tummy.
Oh, this is good. I feel your pulse there too.
This is a good thing. Okay, I feel better now. You can stop.
Okay, see, that's hard for me to
Yeah, it
I feel
is.
stupid.
I really don't want them to.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Okay. Here.
Okay, touch me more. More everywhere.
I was really thinking hard.
All right. Is there any particular point?
I'll see if I can be polite about it. I have a problem with this.
It's really good.
You don't seem to be too far off.
All right.
I would.
You do this with me.
Then all of a sudden it came back like.
Now I have to be the one to initiate, send you it away. Yeah.
It was the hard part, getting open the little hole, then come back over. No, touch, there's more.
Are we supposed to change back and forth, or are we supposed to change roles?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I wish I
Hard decision.
Well, that's true.
We're on TV.
No, but it is weird. It's like, it's much easier for me to touch than it is to stop. It's not because I don't want to, I mean, that's part of it.
Right.
But it's more like I feel offended them or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's rude or, you know. Yeah, I think it's what she was saying about, you know, children. I mean, I was never touched at work really that I remember, and I don't think I was, but it's just that you don't have a right to tell people to stop doing things.
Right.
You know?
Huh.
It's sad, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
I have a new spot.
Okay.
I would like you to touch me with a different body part.
Oh, okay.
I would like to use your butt to sit on my back.
Oh, great, okay. What part of your back, Tracy?
Just right here.
Right here? Sit on here?
Yeah,
Are
right.
you sure about this?
Yeah.
I may never see you again.
You'll see me, I may not see you. Further up.
Okay, I'm just sort of kidding, it's just, all right.
Well,
Man, this is the safe way because you don't really touch.
Is that what you were thinking?
It's like you're, you know what I mean? You don't feel as
you
much.
go a little bit higher between the shoulders almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awfully well.
They do it like that, yeah.
As you begin to
Yeah, I
complete
think
your
it is because of the safety.
sharing, just when it's time, begin to
Yeah,
come back together.
and plus, like, hold on to the back of the hand, it's like, that's like the bony part of the hand, it's like not as much feel.
Are you
Just
feeling me
winding up.
positive energy with your butt?
Of course.
Good. Can we sleep out on here.
Yes, oh, we've said a lot.
Lydia's messing us.
The last 12 hours.
Your booty.
That's just been said. That's just been said.
Oh, thank you. That would be really well.
You need to tell me.
Does that mean you want me to stop?
Well, I don't know. You don't want you to do jumping jacks, so I want you to stop.
The creative thing.
Okay, would you please stop sitting on my doorstep? Thank you. Interessante. That was awfully well.
That feel good?
It looks really strong. See how they're holding each other's arms? It's really strengthened with each other.
Well, now that we're aware that everyone's watching.
Are you relaxed now?
Everyone in the world
Are
is
you ready to
watching.
like recoil?
Are we
There's such a sweetness to it.
Yeah. So tell me, how was it to, tell me about your experiences?
It's energizing.
In what way, Leah?
Well, I think I got some of Scott's nervous energy in my effort. I really wanted to help him feel calm. And my calmness didn't go away, but I feel innervated.
I had a warm feeling after going through the touch sequences. I was tense at the beginning, but I shook down a little bit now. It feels nice. I mean, let your mind really let loose of all its nerves and tension. And you're able to let go and just
Receive that touch.
Yeah.
And,
receive the warmth and comfort of the other.
What over here, Lynn?
Vivian.
Well, I've did the hand. I feel more comfortable with the hand, you know, that type of thing. So, and I
Dave.
Dave. Okay, and Dave, I mean, we did the hand like this, and basically with the older people, you know, adults, let's say, I or hold hands like this or shake hands like this, but with the younger people, I shake hands like this. And Dave was telling me about this does feel more comfortable, you know,
It's nice
in
and
this position.
More
here.
nurturing.
Yeah.
There's
I
support in
feel
that,
so,
there's
and I felt
unity,
so
I see it.
too.
When you
And I-
shake in this way, in that way,
Uh-huh.
there's a unification.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I think it's
It's-
also less threatening because you like don't feel as much in that part of your hand. And you're holding on to the back of the hand, like the hard structure, so it's not like something soft.
Uh-huh.
Well, then this part of your palm is really sensual too. So
Uh-huh.
those two,
Yeah, and
those two areas
also-
together.
yeah.
Mhm.
And also your fingers then come around here,
Yeah.
to right here.
hold that
And this,
person.
since he had said that, yes, it does, it feels much safer to do this. And I guess that's why when I do go with the students and the children, I do grab them in this position here. But basically now the older people, I do like this.
It's much more personal.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
I'm gonna touch you, but
Yeah.
let's not get too personal
It's-
about
Right.
it.
Just touch you, but only
Formed
with
it.
sticks.
Right. And at the outside of what
Right.
was
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Right.
It's almost like a challenge.
And that
when
brings
you
you
counsel somebody
closer.
sometimes too, it feels like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes there is that challenge. How about asking and receiving? Was it to ask for it? What, did you have?
I felt comfortable in the hand where I told him, you know, I didn't ask for any other parts of the body.
Was it okay to ask for it to happen and then ask for it to not happen?
Uh-huh, yes, to me, where we touched, the hand was just very comfortable.
Good.
Yeah.
I really had an interesting experience with that when I asked Tracy to touch me, I felt comfortable about that. But then I really noticed that I had a hard time asking him to stop touching me.
Me too.
You know, and I was really we were talking about it, and I felt sad. I almost cried, when we were talking about it. Because it's like he might think I was rude, or he wouldn't like it, or
that you didn't like it.
right, I wasn't enjoying it, or that I really didn't have a right to say, I don't want you to do that anymore. And it's very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
ask for, I would like to ask to stop touching.
Yeah, I think that's
really
probably
did.
why
asked-
Scott and I were still hanging on when everyone else had come stop. I didn't want to stop.
Well, that was part of
Not
it.
only-
At first I thought that's what it was, but then I saw there was something else under that too.
There's some caretaking. I mean, this is something that I find regularly is for some people it's really hard to ask for touch, and for some people the hardest thing in the world is to ask them not to touch
Yes.
you. And even if it's in a safe way, I mean, we're in a safe situation here, and if even in a safe situation, so then if you get into a not safe situation, how much more removed are you from that? So we've learned to just tolerate.
But I should wait.
And what
until they don't
happens
wanna
inside of
do
me,
it.
I recognize from this, is that if I'm in the past, when I have received touch that I didn't want, myself got smaller and smaller and smaller inside of myself, so that I withdrew, because I couldn't withdraw my skin from the touch. I withdrew my person, my little self. I withdrew it within myself so that I didn't have to, or disembodied or checked out or whatever we want to call it. I heard you talking about how the relaxation sort of spread, where she was touching you. You could feel it spread. Tell us about that.
I was sitting like this, like when we were talking throughout the beginning of this program, and my knee got really uncomfortable from being pinched in so much. So the first thing I asked Diane to do was just like hold the weight of my knee. And I think it triggered some relaxation points, and I could feel it in my stomach. It was like, it was a really good feeling. It was relaxing and positive.
You must know each other quite well.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually I was going to ask you about that, how it would be really interesting to do this with a stranger as opposed to someone that you're already trusting.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
I'm sure the dichotomy could be quite a bit different.
Sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is much different. So what we can do is we can stir this group up and see how it's different. I wanted to talk a little bit about your experience there with having had her support your leg and feeling the relaxation and even into your stomach. One, as turtle touch work that I practice is very slow. It's very much this just touching somebody's person and allowing the relaxation to happen. What happens in that too is that the mind eventually gets the relaxation, and you get into an altered state. You get into that, was it theta state or something, whatever the
Alpha, isn't it?
Alpha. Do you know the terms?
Alpha
I'm
and
not
beta.
sure. Alpha, theta, beta. Alpha, beta,
I
theta.
think beta is the subconscious.
Anyway, you get in an altered state. I don't know what it's called. And
Yep.
your mind begins to relax and your body begins to relax, and it integrates the mind-body experience much more. We do a lot of that with breath, but one of the ways to induce that state is simply to touch someone in a safe way. And I have witnessed, just by placing my hand on somebody's shoulder for long enough, the tears start coming up because it feels so good to be touched in a safe way. It's just natural.
sort of keeping track of time? Do we know where
I don't
we are?
know where
'Cause
my
I have
watch
no
is.
idea.
Page 10:15.
It's 10:15.
So we're gonna go till 11. Does that matter? What you wanna do next? And Leanne, you want a half hour?
That's
You
fine.
need a half an hour? Or so?
I can use less, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, let's, I don't have any planned. I don't have anything planned particularly. But I'm thinking about peace and, communicating peace through our hands to each other. And so I would like to take 15 minutes, and what we'll do is mix up with different partners, okay? Just somebody that you didn't work with last time, and you guys you each choose, and we'll have some choices here. Okay, some of the choices might be somebody might want to lay down and have their back touched. And the person that's receiving the touch for a while is like if you've got hands on your back and you want them to move, say move your hands down a little bit. The one that's getting touched gets to give the instructions about how and where they get touched. Okay? That's one way that you can do it. You can explore the safe touch area again with someone else. You could just hold hands, or if somebody wants to set up, you can set up and get your foot touched, or if a hand massage, wanting to get your hand rubbed. There's all those choices that we have of how we're going to spend this next 15 minutes in sharing touch with one another. And but the thing that I want to re-emphasize is that the person who is receiving the touch gets to direct it with your words, with your hand, and remembering that it's you get to ask for it and you get to change it and stop it, and then you change. Okay, so take about 5 minutes each. Okay.
Well, I think we should get up, because otherwise it'll be really hard for everyone to just walk around and then maybe just sort of sit down in a different place, and then you don't have to.
Just play musical.
Musical mats.
Really?
Yeah, oh, good. That's a good
Scratching
idea.
is a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Relaxing your rhythms.
Relaxing rubbing.
Everybody has to be on a different mat than they started on.
Oh, everybody has to be on
Everybody has to be on a different mat than they started on, JC. Different mat, darling.
There's one.
Yes, musical chairs.
Great.
Clothespins.
Oh, thank you. I'm covering it.
I'll stand here.
Well, that would be another choice, is all of us touch one person.
What? That to just be in here.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay.
Oh, look at little Miss Afraid of Touch, putting them out.
Okay.
He's gonna be the first and the second.
No, Tracy's the first. Oh, you're the middle. Okay.
Okay, do you want to stand up? You want to stand up or you want to lay down?
Oh, my goodness.
All right. There's a pillow over there. Somebody get that pillow. You need a little pillow?
So how does he
That'd be
tell us
great.
all what to do?
Well,
I'll just
We're
let you
just
know if
gonna
you're doing
change-
something wrong.
right.
You'll be first to know.
Yeah.
This guy's really got it together. I'm impressed.
I think he's used to massaging or something.
Don't
I
be
think
false.
he's really in
Massage.
it with a massage and touching, really.
Okay.
What I'll do, I'll start.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'll just get us all where, you give me instructions and I'll get somebody on places where you're. Okay?
She's the
We'll
director.
talk about, he's the director, and the assistant director. Okay?
I know, the camera people hate me.
Who hates you?
The camera people.
Nobody hates you.
Well, no, because they have no light now.
Yeah, there's no lighting
Okay.
there.
Sorry, guys.
So they can't see what's going on?
It's just a red glow
Ask
and
her what
everybody
they want.
So they
levitating.
can see it's just really dim.
Let's see. Would you touch me in the heart
Yes, I will touch you.
with your palm? Just a little bit more. A little bit more pressure. A lot of pressure.
How much? This?
Yeah, that's
Can we ask him if he wants something?
Yes.
Tracy, would you like me to hold your hand?
very good.
Can I use both my hands?
You wait.
Okay. All right. May I touch your foot?
Oh, Letitia would like that.
I'd like to touch your shoulder.
Please.
Could I put my hand on your forehead?
Yes.
There's space over here.
May I touch your cap? Your
Yeah.
left cap? And how about your forehead?
That would be good.
It's real nice to have each of you ask him permission to touch it before you touch it. I like that for me too. If somebody wants to touch me, I like it that they ask first. Because some days I don't want to be touched.
Do you want anything changed?
Just more. Is there any more people?
Everyone who's not using both hands.
Everybody's using.
Okay, now we got two, we'll do 2 hands each.
Okay, different spots?
Yeah, wherever you
May I
can
touch
reach.
your left knee?
Please.
Oh, whatever.
It works.
I got it.
There's a knee. There's a knee. There's a knee.
Can I put my hand on
Can I put my hand on your left shoulder?
Yes.
I put my hand just above your left.
Yes.
May I move this hand down your arm?
Dan, would you put one of your hands on my other foot?
I can do that,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
No, that'd be great.
Now we each have 2
And our
Reminds me of
and
a
our nose
twister or
are-
something. Reminds me of Twister.
Oh,
What's
it's
happening,
just
Tracy?
Awfully well. It's just awfully well.
What are you experiencing?
Different degrees, for one thing. Some people's hands feel cold and some feel really hot. Which is interesting. And it definitely triggers all your body energy. I feel like everything kind of, like there's this well, like if your energy is water, the water's gushing like out of my solar plexus, out of my stomach, and then kind of gushing out of the center of my body, all up and down it. Only the peak of the energies in the solar plexus. I'm sure this is how Earth was formed. If it isn't, it should have.
We do want to give someone else the experience. That's crazy.
I think that would be only fair. But only fair.
Not this year, huh?
Should we all stop at once?
Oh, no, I would
No.
send it over to you.
I would feel great rejection and have to slowly
Come back to my office and I'll have fix that one. Okay.
Everyone could just like remove maybe their left hand. And then just one by one, maybe like clockwise, remove the rest of your hand.
Where do you want us to start?
I'll start with my forearm.
It was really fun for us too, I think.
It
It
was.
was really
Yeah,
exciting.
they're interesting.
It was great. It was like when you guys, everyone removed their hands really slow and controlled like that, as opposed to removing them like this, really quickly and all together. It felt really freeing that way. It felt real clean. My energy feels real light. That's where I imagine if everyone would have just removed them at the same time, I would have felt real heavy and abandoned and really unsafe. And that was like really liberating. Like that, I don't know. That's the same.
You want the other tape or the other side of this thing?
Can you imagine somebody was just tuning in, the TV?
Oh yeah, touch
For
your
them.
That's right. So they got start setting their alarm.
I think the other side of the right one, Tammy.
Who's next?
Me.
All right. I knew I'd have them up here.
Yes, really. Not a
No
problem.
problem.
No problem with volunteering this one.
They won't come in the studio, but once they do.
Can't get them out.
Golly, now that I got down here, my heart's going.
Are you nervous?
Well, you really do feel on the spot, sort of like, oh my God, am I this special? Do I deserve this kind of? I don't.
Wonderfulness?
Yeah,
And
like
you
that.
wanna know what I wanna say about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, everyone does.
Everyone
Absolutely.
deserves to feel the specialness of
Oh,
of
don't
being
make me
this
cry already.
Oh.
You're mascara mama, don't do that.
Close your eyes.
No,
It's
it's
easier if you close your
waterproof.
eyes.
Hold my hand.
Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Just take a deep breath. Here it comes.
Can I touch you something? Behind your neck?
Cradle your head.
Can I put my
May I touch your knee?
Yes.
May I touch your lower calf?
Yes.
so left out if I have to lead it. You know, that's interesting. I was thinking this morning and thinking through what I would do in leading a relaxation and thinking how usually when I'm doing it in class, I go through the motions. And yet I don't think that works as well for other people. And it certainly doesn't give me the full effect because I'm thinking all the time. But I feel like I got my turn.
Yay.
I think that's part of what the tears were about.
I've been feeling like I should touch your hair back here really quick.
He's a hairdresser.
Oh, good. Let me make an appointment.
Oh.
And she's a great teacher and a very, very giving teacher. So, it's for people.
But you can't lose control when you're leading the group.
No,
You can't let it go. You can't
Right.
just let
Yeah.
it drift out.
I could feel the stages in your knee, you know, of your relaxation. That was really subtle, but it was the energy change.
Mm-hmm.
It is, it's really on a subtle level, but you can feel it go.
Felt so loving. I mean, wow, you guys are very kind. I really did feel a lot of kindness. Especially that.
Oh, Ginger, we're so grateful that you came.
I encourage, what I want to say is as I was thinking as I was holding your heart, it occurred to me, I hear the phrase, teach peace. And I think about this and feeling special. You're feeling like being a special person. And in our ways of touching each other is a way of teaching peace. And when I touch you this way, you feel that you're included. There is, so take what we've learned, take your experiences from here, and share it with the whole world.
Can I give you a hug? Well, shall we do the rest?
Okay.
How do you want us? Do you want different music or do you want the same?
You know, I need to take just a little mental break for a second. Is that
Stand up and
Yeah, let's stand up. What I was gonna do is start us out moving around a little bit anyway, just so that the blood gets circulating through our muscles and we don't hurt anything while we stretch it.
And nothing goes into atrophy.
That's right. So I,
You want to stand on one of these.
we're gonna use the mats, so let's just pull them out in a circle.
sorry. Wait, I'm looking for something but I can't find it.
She's falling and she can't get up. Hey, I want to play this too.
You have to let Diane in.
Yeah, she'll cry.
We'll let this picture.
I want to be on here.
Okay. I'll be here.
Why don't you just walk around like musical chairs?
Okay, watch out, these are little
We gotta get it pumping a little bit. Oh, okay. Woo, careful, slippery mats.
That one's
So that was a bad idea, find a mat to stand on.
Just change your, change your weight. Big breath in, raise your arms.
Blow it out.
In.
Good out.
down to your chest. Relax your neck. Tilt it left and center and right and center. Left, center, other side, and center. Now lift it up, roll your shoulders up and down. Lift them one at a time. Pump the blood a little bit. Bend your knees. Back up. Sit on a chair. Bring it back up. Now move your ribs. We're just going to move down and sort of loosen things up. All the way down your body. Okay, your ribs go front and back now. Just ribs. Follow me when I make sound effects.
You're like Gypsy Brothers here.
Yeah. Okay. Bend your knees, put your hands on your thighs. Now we're going to move down your back. So bring that chest right down to the floor. Pretend. Roll it up. All the way down. And up. Now move to your pelvis. It's front, back, hold in the front, back, hold in the back, front, back, hold in the front, back. Again, it's under, hold under, back, hold back. Now center it. Just leave the natural curve in your back. Move to your hips, side to side. Thank you, James. Ooh, we gotta just change that tape to something a little calmer.
Feels so-
Okay, come on down to the floor.
Oh, this would be awfully well.
Ah. Just sit so you're comfortable. Reach your hands out in front. Way out in front of you. Take a deep breath in. If you've got any bony parts on the cement instead of the mat, rearrange yourself so nothing hurts. Nothing should hurt during any of this. It's not to look a certain way, it's just to feel good. And try to relax, letting your elbows get closer to the floor. Relax your necks. Let the top of your head go toward the floor. Take a deep breath in. Feel your rib cage expand. And let it out. Another one. Let it out. This time as you breathe in, straighten your spine from the bottom, one vertebra at a time. Through your chest, your shoulders, and the last thing is your head. Tilt your head to one side. You can put a hand on the side of your head just to help stretch the side of your neck a little bit more. Release the hand. Bring your chin back to your chest. Now roll your head to the other side. Stretching the side of your neck. Add a hand. Same thing, other side. Across. Release that arm. And bring the elbow up. Press it back, stretching the back of your arm. Try not to get your neck involved. And release. Other side, up and back. Bring it down. Now move to your chest, hands behind you and clasp them. Open your chest. Press those hands toward the ceiling. If you can't clasp your hands together, it would be really nice if you had a towel to hold on to. And release it. Over your shoulders. I want you to get a foot out. Right out in front. Keep one in. Take your whole torso toward that thigh, just a little tiny bit. You'll feel the stretch in the back of your thigh. Now let your back round. And the stretch moves also into your back. Roll it up, that last. And take this bent knee, bring it up, and cross the foot over. Doesn't matter which one. Take the arm that's the other side from your bent leg. Wrap around. Feel that stretch in your waist area. Now think about sitting up tall and pressing the hip toward the floor. Feel the stretch in your hip. And turn the other way. Press against that bent leg again. Up tall. Back to center. And change the leg. Just bring this other knee out to the side. Straight back, bring your chest toward your thigh. Feel that in the back of the thigh? Don't stretch until it's painful, just until it's a little uncomfortable. Now round your back. After your next breath out, breathe in, rolling up. Bring that knee up, foot across, opposite arm. You're sitting tall, roll that knee toward the opposite shoulder. Pressing your hip toward the floor. seems like it's awfully slow, but you really need to hold a stretch for 15 to 30 seconds. And back to the center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hold on to your ankles. And hold them as close as you can get them. Jeans and all. Now press down on your thighs using your arms. You're trying to stretch inner thigh. The safest and best way to stretch is a static stretch, so you don't bounce it. In fact, you don't even release it in between. You just keep steady pressure on it.
If you balance, your chances are pulling in most of the way really high.
That's right.
Let that allow you to rather than hurdle.
Okay, let it out. Now turn yourselves around and come down to your backs. Put your left ankle on your right thigh. Reach through that little triangle and pull that right thigh up to your chest.
Yeah, right.
Relax. Do you feel the stretch on the outside of your left thigh? Like really? Be kind but firm.
Remember what I taught you about touching yourselves kindly?
That's right.
This is self-abuse 101.
Be kind but firm.
And release it. Same thing, the other side. Put that right ankle on your left thigh. Pull it in.
And keep breathing.
Release it. Stretch out long, your whole body. Stretch your fingers out, all the way down, point your toes.
Hey, right there.
And just relax it. Kind touch now. Roll onto a side. Why don't you face the center? Somehow.
Watch out for the artwork.
And take that top ankle in your hand, pull it toward your buns, but don't touch. Press your knees together, try and keep that foot right in back of your butt. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, press the knee back, bent knee back. Ah, feel that in the front of your hip, down the front of your thigh. Hold it there, you're gonna make it even more. Squeeze your buns together. Keep the leg there. Ah, even more. And release it. Bring yourselves up and over to the other side. Now there are two ways to change directions. You could have stayed facing the center if you feel funny about it. Press those knees together, top knee back. Squeeze. You know where I mean. use those muscles all day, every day, and rarely stretch them. They're the ones you use with every step you take. Release it and roll onto your bellies. Place your hands palms down and don't smell the feet in front of you. Palms down. Hands right under your shoulders.
Keep your face toward the floor and gently press up only until the bottom of your ribs still touch the floor. Feel that stretch in your abdominals.
And release it. Stretch your right arm out overhead. And stretch your left leg, point the toes. Lift. Lift and lengthen that arm and the opposite leg. And release. Change sides. Rest your head. Let your head turn to the side and rest. Opposite arm and leg. Lengthen and lift. And release. Bring your hands under your shoulders again. Now press up to all fours and make your back like a cat. Like someone's lifting you up right around your middle. Let your neck relax, the top of your head goes toward the floor. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, and let go. You're an old horse. Somebody heavy sitting on your back.
I'm familiar with this feeling.
Now bring it so that your back is flat. It's kind of hard to feel.
It's very unflattering with a loose shirt on as well.
Sit back on your hips, leave your hands where they are. Feel that stretch under your shoulders. Try to relax your shoulders now. Let your elbows go to the floor. Stretch your arms overhead and out to the side. Sweep the full length of your arm all the way down. And they'll end palms up on the floor by your feet.
Hi to the audience.
This is called
This
opening.
is a pretty
We
flattering
feel
view,
really
actually.
good. I don't care if we look silly.
This is relaxing though, I like
I know, I really like
this.
this.
This is sort of like this position, would you say?
The
Almost like fetal position.
Fetal position, yeah. This is
Safe.
It's safe, all right. It's like a turtle.
It's called the child in yoga.
Uh-huh. Deep breath. Again, feel your ribs expand. Even though you know it's not so, pretend you're breathing in through your back. And let it out. Gently roll up from the base of your spine. Your head is last. And bring your hands to the floor. Flex your feet. Roll onto the soles of your feet. We're almost there. We're gonna end up right where we started, like ready to walk on and finish our day. Press your heels toward the floor, stretching your calves. Just a little bit up. One hand at a time on your thighs. Now roll on. Deep breath in, lift your arms. And out. Last time. You're all done. No time for any visualization.
Oh, well, I did it already.
You know, I was gonna say during touch
Before we
therapy,
go, everybody hold hands for just 1 second. And get away from the microphone. Really close, really close. Oh, thank you.
A big heck of a hug a bear.
Group hug. All right. Now you can come in.
I do massage as well, but my main focus in practice is working.
Pete, you're gonna want to read white balance. Oh, yes. How far are you back?
Hey, there's one. We're going to have a swim pool here. We're going to slip and slide. Is this what that is going to be? Slip and slide? Okay. We're going to slip and slide here.
Okay. Okay, now you can keep it both. Yeah.
Hey, Ken, can you grab that rock? The one right by that big one? Yeah. Second. Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead. Justin?
Okay, that's going to be down there, and there should be another music stand. The other music stand?
Do that, so we need the white balance.
As in, clear the camera view for a minute. Can we pull them down? Hear it?
Would everybody stand to the side for a moment? We need to do white balance.
Like one camera will be looking at this way and one camera this way. And we take all things in this one.
Okay, so where should we do our props?
right there. You can make noise.
If the speakers are going to be, I guess they're going to put these down.
Smells wet.
Art in progress. Well, there's the brush.
That was fun to do.
I bet. Is it a nail?
Is it, and there's just like a polyurethane covered. I know, exactly, yep.
These are wet, so don't let me touch you. So we're gonna do this. Yeah.
There's no camera there.
I thought we were standing.
No, camera will be here facing this way.
Oh, so, but the mics are over there, though.
Right, we'll be speaking this way.
Okay,
Like so.
okay.
Speaker there.
So put it here. And you can yeah. Maybe where Mike is standing.
Well, that's pretty much where I had it, and they said there would be no camera, but we can move that a bit.
Yeah, we can. What do you want?
Well, I'm not sure what position it is.
I'd say right over here.
There's no camera there.
Cameras are
Oh, no cameras are gonna be there.
That's the problem.
Got it, got it. Oh, right here.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
So good there.
Your shoes are out of. Yeah, they're out of. Before we get set up, you're closer to anybody else. Camera one stays here.
It makes it a lot more. Once it gets started, it will become more obvious what's going on. And if anybody knows about the reading of the bones, which in the Guatemalan type shirt, if, I don't know who's really in charge of the bomb planting, but it will become. And if you
Push. Let's bring this out. This isn't part of our group.
Yeah, just put it down. It's not gonna be on camera.
Oh, it's raining.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We think they'll hold up pretty well against the rain. Sorry. Okay, you want me to get that out of the way? The whole eagle out of your way? Where did Peter go?
Oh, no.
You need to get through here? I'm not sure yet.
Your speakers. Are you guys standing here? And you're talking to this where you want me to play? I know, I'm really sorry. That's right. My mic got one.
So is this gonna be good?
No, speakers stand here facing out.
Okay. So this is going to be the mic?
Alright.
Yeah, you can just go there.
Okay, and then the other one.
Put that part of it back.
This camera, see, it's that. I know
You're not gonna like put it onto the wrong.
No, it won't. Yeah, that's why I like it. Welcome to this part.
Maybe you should move that.
And then this camera's getting on your position and your speakers.
Okay.
Although I'm not sure.
You can turn your speakers sideways if you feel more. You want to have speakers kind of against the wall, like this way, kind of on an angle. Instead of forward. Yeah. You get that, then both.
To do what, or have it an angle?
Yeah,
Is that close
anywhere,
enough?
anywhere, yeah,
Anywhere in here?
anywhere. It's just, my mic's
Because the
not
camera's gonna
destroyed.
be
Lightning
right there.
struck my mics, so I don't have the mic, I don't have any more microphones.
Or actually,
That's
let's do the speakers over here and the readers here. There you go.
And take all the
Readers
time.
over there. Yeah.
You can go late, don't worry about it, okay?
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's gonna be. No, Nah, it's in a bowl or.
Are you ready?